Alrighty, so we have Sean asking, what jacket would we recommend for a junior formal prom?
Junior formal prom.
Junior formal. Okay.
How formal is a junior formal prom?
They wear tuxedos.
Yeah. So we say juniors in like 11th grade in high school, at least
Yeah.
on our side of the pond.
Yeah.
I'm assuming.
Okay.
Yeah. I would, if it says formal, I'm gonna say Prince Charlie.
If you're going to wear a tuxedo, if you're wearing pants, it's usually my rule.
Yep.
Wear the PC if you're going kilt.
Or regulation doublet if you want to be a little fancier.
Okay. What are the chances in 11th graders thinking far enough in advance to get a regulation doublet made?
Understood. I would also say I wouldn't even necessarily buy a Prince Charlie. I would probably rent it.
At that age, yeah.
Yeah. It's 11th grade. You're not mid-20s yet, but you're gonna
fill out a bit.
Yeah, you're gonna fill out.
Even if you don't put on weight, like just your hips, your shoulders.
Yeah.
Widen out a bit.
Yeah, you're not quite done growing usually by that. Around, you're starting to get to the tail end.
You might have stopped growing taller, but
yeah. Also, if you end up going to college, there's a thing called the freshman 10 or the freshman 15. Excuse me. So there's a reason why you put on about 15 pounds in your freshman year of college. It's, you're running around, you're partying, you're drinking, you're doing all kinds of stuff. You're eating things that you shouldn't eat. You're doing things you shouldn't drink and things you shouldn't drink.
Going to a buffet 3 times a day if you're going to the food, situation
Exactly.
at your college.
The cafeteria. Yeah. So I wouldn't necessarily spend a ton of money on an article of clothing that you may get too big for in 2 years.
And might not have many opportunities to, maybe you could wear it for your senior prom too. But
Yeah. That's fair.
But if you get swollen, bulk up in your 12th grade year, then you need a new one.
Yeah. So I would say, frankly speaking, I would wear a Prince Charlie and I would probably rent it. I'd buy the kilt because that's more adjustable. And I would say there's a place called Kilt Rental USA.
Not affiliated.
Not affiliated. Mike is the owner, good guy, nice friend of ours. So you can rent everything except the kilt. So I'd say buy the kilt. Frankly, I would say buy a kilt, buy a sporran, buy your kilt hose, the things that are, buy a belt and buckle, the things that you're going to use regularly, and then rent the stuff that you're not really going to use regularly or you don't want to spend the money on yet. So Prince Charlie jacket and vest, maybe a dress sporran you want to rent, but the rest of the stuff, it's all the same. You can get a white tuck shirt and a bow tie, rent the jacket, rent the sporran. You have the hose, you have the flashes, you have the shoes. Just wear a pair of wingtips. You have a kilt. Boom, Bob's your uncle. There you go. Go to the prom.
I don't have an Uncle Bob.
He died. I'm sorry.
I've got Uncle William. I've got Uncle Scott.
Rest Uncle
Tim.
Bob. Yeah. There are some who call him Tim. Yes.
He'd have liked that joke.
There are some who call me Tim.
Monty Python reference. Best freaking stuff ever. So if you're as old as me and you went to your prom and back in 19... you may have not worn a kilt. But if you could travel back in time, or if you could talk to somebody who's maybe going to prom now and they want to wear a kilt, what piece of advice would you give them? Let me know in the comments.